Hey everyone, it's Types, and today I'm going to be doing a GLC set review for Scarlet and Violet. Super excited to be doing this, although GLC is kind of dying with the release of Scarlet and Violet because of like the difference between live and PTGO, and now you can't really play it anywhere, so that's not ideal. But there are some ways to play it, and it's fun to talk about as well. I really enjoy talking about the format, and I'm on Justin Bizzo's website, which I don't think is cut off for you. I'm not sure, but check this website out if you haven't. This is the visual set list, hopefully with all the cards in English. I'm not sure about that, but it should be. So let's just hop straight into it. And obviously GLC, it's single prizers only, no rulebox Pokemon monotype, so you can only have Pokemon of one type. And lastly, it's only so single parser, monotype, and singleton format. So you can only have one of each card. I think I covered all three things. Let's start out this Pineco. You can't really use that. The Pineco evolves into a Fortress, but we'll get to that. But that's not really playable. This Heracross, however, is okay. It does 30 plus 10 more for each Pokemon, or 10 plus 30 for each retreat cost, energy in the retreat cost, 120 HP. This isn't awful, but it's not good enough. There's another Heracross that's better, so it's not great. This Breloom is completely generic, unfortunately. This Cacturn here is, I don't know. So Cacturn has its attack counterattack, or ability to counterattack Quills, and Cacnea also has that. I'm getting used to the website here a bit. And then it does 110 for 3 colorless. It's not particularly good. It's not awful, but it's not great. I don't think it'll see play. I don't know if there's a better Cacturn, but this isn't great. Then we also have this Tropius here. It's a bit of healing, but it doesn't hit that hard. It doesn't have that much HP. This one's just pretty underwhelming. There are definitely better Tropiuses than this one. Scatterbug and Spupa, you can evolve the first time you put them into play. I don't know if there's a good Pavilion. This one is not very good. You can choose this random special condition, but it's on a coin, or chosen any special condition on a coin flip. But it's not great. I don't hate this first attack, but I don't think it's super strong. As I said, though, the Spupa and Scatterbug are pretty solid. I just don't know if I don't know if they are. I don't know if there's a good pavilion to use with them. Skidoo and Go-Go, pretty generic. They're better ones. Sprigatito, Florgato, and then this Meowscarada. Honestly, with this being like a theoretically important Pokemon, right? The stars are always supposed to be cool. This one's completely generic. The first attack returns energy, but that's pretty underwhelming, so not great. There are 3 Tarantulas, but there's only a Spidops EX, so I don't believe any of the Tarantulas are any good. Some moderately usable attacks, but nothing that you really want to use them for. I just see a couple of Smolivs. The healing on this one I don't despise, but it's not great. Dolov actually says during your opponent's next turn, if the defending Pokemon... Sorry about that. If the defending Pokemon tries to attack, your opponent flips coin. If tails, that attack doesn't happen. That's not awful for an evolving Pokemon. Then we have this really interesting Arboliva. First of all, 150 damage for 3 and 150 HP. Those aren't awful stats, but they're not great. But then the ability Enriching Oil, when you essentially evolve into this Pokemon, you may heal all damage from one of your Pokemon. So this isn't awful. I don't think it's enough, though, because you need to get up to stage 2 and it's on play. You do have Scoop Up Net, but overall I don't think this guy's great. Now we have Toedscool and Toedscruel. We have multiple Toadstools. So this one is kind of interesting. 120 HP for 1 grass. You may move an energy from your opponent's active to one of their benched. That's not awful. And then Triple Smash 80, flip 3 coins, 80 per heads. It's not great, but Eerie Tentacles is usable, but not great, not good enough. And now we move to this Scovillain. First of all, you can do 20 and then burn. That's not great. Super Spicy Breath here, 90, but 180 if you have a fire attached. But this is a stage 1, and I don't think there's anything else like this. I could be forgetting something, but Scovillain I just don't think is... It doesn't really have a place. Its damage output is obviously pretty good, but it's still a bit awkward to power up as well. And then that's the Pineco. So... yeah, this is okay. This Growlithe I kind of like. You can accelerate. You can hit, honestly, okay amounts of damage. I think there's some better Growlers, though. There are definitely some very good Arcanines, though. Obviously, not this one. You can't use that. Houndour, Houndoom. This Houndoom 150 for 3 discard energy is pretty whatever. Also, why is this Houndour so like jacked? I mean, it's not super. It's kind of disturbing. I'm not sure what I think of this Houndour art. The Houndoom is awesome, but then this Torkoal here, flip 3 coins. It's the same attack we saw on. What do we see it on? On Toadstool. Oh wait, no, it's 80 per energy at fire energy attached to Torkoal. Sorry, I'm a bit tired right now. So yeah, that's all right damage output. Is it good enough? Probably not, though. That's about it. And inconsistent. So we got Fuecoco, Crocolore, which honestly 100 for 3 is not awful. 100 HP on an evolving stage 1. It could be worse, definitely. What's its retreat cost? It is 3, though. The basic's 2, but 3 retreat cost, kind of annoying. Skeledirge here, 180 HP, not bad. It's attack, passionate singing, 50, attach up to 2 basic energy, which are probably going to be fire energy, from Disco Pile to your Pokemon any way you like. That's not awful. Is it good enough for stage 2? Probably not, but I don't hate it. And then Blazing Shout, 190 for 3, 30 to itself. The 30 to yourself, kind of, like, that you don't love that, but Blazing Shout here is, like, it's okay. I don't hate this Pokemon, but I don't think it's quite good enough to meet the fire standards of fire. I don't know, though. Fire's definitely, like, a weird type. It's not super strong. And honestly, a lot of people have played, like, the mill control build, but I think that the Skeledirge isn't the worst. But then Charcadet, honestly, Charcadet's like super cool. I love this Pokemon. Pretty underwhelming here, but then, oh, I misclicked. Armarouge here, this ability Fire Off. As often as like during your turn, you move a fire energy from your bench to your active. Super good, super versatile, super powerful. 90 burn for 3 isn't like the worst thing in the world either. So this is a support Pokemon. I think this will see tons of play. I don't know if this will see play in every fire deck, but I think it has the potential to. Yeah, I'm super excited for this Armarouge. Honestly, in standards, but also in GLC, I think it's definitely worthwhile. And it'll probably see play in. I predict like maybe half the fire decks should include it. I think it's a consideration for any fire deck, but I don't know if it quite lives up to what it needs to be. So this Slowbro, it's okay. As often as you like during a turn, you move 1 damage counter from one of your other Pokemon to this Pokemon. It's like a healing type card. Its attack isn't awful, but it's not strong enough. I don't think you can only have 1 Slowbro in play. Oh, it's so funny. The number, I just looked at the number symbol here. It's number 0080. It's supposed to just 3 digits because now you got the Scarlet and Violet Pokemon. That's kind of cool, but we're getting on a tangent here. There's another better Slowbro as well. The one from Pokemon Go is just insane, so I don't think this will see any play. Which is fine. It's not that cool in this format. Magikarp, whatever, Gyarados EX. It's Floatzel. It's a Hydro Pump attacker. It's just not good enough. And then we see Lomambola. I don't really know how to say this. It's not great, though. Clauncher, Clawitzer, not great. Bruxish, not great. Quaxley, Quaxwell, and then the Quavel here. This is once during your turn, you may attach a basic energy card from your hand to one of your Pokemon. You just compare this to Blastoise, and it's bad. Sure, its attack's usable, but in a format where you are only playing with essentially one type of energy, it's not great. I know that sometimes water decks play, I think there's a Kyurem that needs fire energy or something like that, but, you know, it doesn't, like, this isn't that meaningful. Wiglet, which isn't awful, but then this other Wiglet, not awful. And then you have the Wugtrio from Mill. I don't really think this is going to see any play. I don't know how good water control is. It's probably somewhat okay, but I don't think this Wugtrio is going to see any play. Even though it's funny, I don't think it'll be good with just having one of it in your deck. Citadel, and then there are multiple Citadels. And then Titan here. It's pretty interesting. With this attack it does 1 HP, 200 for 3. This does 20 less for each damage counter on this Pokemon. You look at this as kind of like a big water stage 1, kind of like a Wailord. I think Wailord is definitely better than Titan. Maybe I could see playing Titan. But I don't think you need both Wailord and Titan. It's not like you're a tanking deck, but I don't know. I don't hate the Titan here, but I don't love it either. I think that's it. Oh no, we have some cool ones. This Dundoge is not very good. It can only hit 50 for 2, 120 for 4. But honestly, this art's so good as well. I even look at it too much. But then the Tajagiri, probably my favorite card in the set was, what is this? This is like mice in place. I don't know. Search your deck for up to 2 basic water energy and attach them to one of your basic Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. That's a solid setup attack. I don't hate that. Curl up 30. Put this Pokemon, all cards attached into your hand. Don't hate that either. Honestly, Tachigiri, I think will definitely see. Well, I hope it does. I think it definitely deserves to see play. It's a very solid card with a lot of versatility and I guess power, you could say. Honestly, it's just a super neat card. I don't know if it'll see tons of play. I don't know if there's a great hit and run target for this, but I think it's cool, and I think that's it for water Pokemon. Yep. So now moving on to lightning type. Some underwhelming Magneton. Excuse me. This Flaffy. Oh yeah, and then there's no Ampharos in the set, I don't think. Sorry, I wanted to double check. I'm like going through all the cards, but I don't believe they actually printed Ampharos EX, which is kind of strange, meaning that the line just kind of stops in the middle. But that's fine, I guess. So Pachirisu can't be paralyzed 70, but then does 10 plus 20 for each your bench lightning Pokemon. This isn't bad at all. Hey, I'm trying to think, but the other Pachirisus, I don't remember exactly. This one could see play. I don't hate it. It's a very solid card, definitely. I think it deserves to see some play. The question is it, like, it is probably good enough, right? 2 energy. It can hit hard. I like this Pachirisu a lot. Honestly, the more I think about it, it just hits good numbers. And obviously, you're only playing Lightning Pokemon. So, Pachirisu is very good. Although, as I've said before, its attack name's super weird. Rotom, this isn't great. Does that have free retreat? No. This Rotom with Junk Hunt. Oh, there's a Lightning Paralysis deck. This might see play. Or Lightning, it is Paralysis, I think. But Lightning Control deck. Yeah, honestly, this Rotom's really solid for that style of deck. As like an attack grab, it's pretty weak, but I don't hate this. Toxel. Oh, this Toxtricity for the Lightning Control deck as well. This isn't amazing, but you can do Yanko A, choose 2 random cards from your opponent's hand, your opponent reveals them and shuffles them into their deck. This could be pretty toxic and pretty alright. Will it be good enough, though? I don't think so. Thunder 120-22 itself isn't awful either. I just don't think it's quite good enough. Another Palmo. Wait, what's Palmo do? Paralysis on a coin flip. And then Palmot. So, Electrogenesis. And 130 HP isn't great, but free retreat's good. The pre-evolutions, they don't have free retreat, do they? That's fine. Honestly, it's super cute, but a lot of people have said that it's a very boring looking line. Why is it? Is it like doesn't change? But you can still basic lightning energy once during a turn 1 to it, and then do 230, and then you discard all energy. Theoretically, retreating into something like say, a Zapdos or some other lightning attacker. Honestly, I kind of like this Palmot. I think it's like an okay attacker. I don't know. There's some very strong lines in Lightning that don't see play, so it's a bit hard to say, but I think it definitely has some value. It is very much in contention for a Lightning attacker, even if it's not quite good enough. The Watchful can do Snipe, can do a moderately big attack. I don't think it's good enough. It's not an awful line, but not great. Also, it is like a flying type, so it is weak to lightning, resists fighting. That's kind of good. Miraidon here now. I think that's the last lightning. Oh no, there's Miraidon EX, which you can't play. This one, 30 for 2, not great. 90 for 3, 30-20 your opponent's benched. This is a bit underwhelming. Honestly, I'm surprised that we saw Miraidon in this set. This clearly marks the end of theme decks then, because usually we would not see Miraidon in this set, but it's not great, right? I don't really think there's a reason to play this. It does less than stuff like Zekrom. And then we see Magnemite, which we started with. So, yeah, Lightning. Lightning type's like not getting too much, but I don't hate it either. Psychic type. So Hypno isn't great. Or else in Curly, you're not going to play those. What's this Shuppet do? Is there anything good? Item lock on a coin flip's okay. This Drift Bloom's actually moderately interesting. 30 for each damage counter on this Pokemon. Drift Bloom, 8 damage counters any way you like. I don't remember if there's a Drift Bloom line that sees play. I think there is. I don't think this is great. It's not awful, but it's not great, so probably won't see play. Floor just removes weakness. There's not really a great way to do this, but you can just do like weakness guard energy and weakness policy, so this won't really see play. And its attack's pretty underwhelming as well. Not awful, but not great. Dedenne, remove energy on a coin flip, not great. This other Dedenne does 30 plus 10 more for each damage counter on your opponent's active. There are a few things I have to say about this. One, obviously, it's not amazing, but it's okay, especially in Psychic Spread, but I think something like the Mimikyu is better. This Dedenne could see play, but probably won't because it's just not good enough. Klefki. So this Klefki is pretty solid. You compare this card like Wobbuffet. It's like worse than Wobbuffet. But ability lock on a basic, it's all right. I don't hate this card. It's worse than like a Alolan Muck, and also worse than like Wobbuffet. So I think it just outclassed. The Psychic type has like some of the best tools in the game, but this Klefki I think is certainly something to keep in mind that you could play. Now Fido, and then Dachshund. It can't be burnt and doesn't mean to fire Pokemon. Fire type's just not that good. This won't see play, I don't think. Flittle, a couple of Flittles. Wow, we got 3 Flittles and an Espathra. This one is it's not great, right? Its psychic attacks moderately okay, but not great. And Grievard, and then this Grievard's not great. But this Houndstone, they do damage for its psychic Pokemon you just compile. I don't hate them. I don't know if they're going to be strong enough, but I definitely think at least the Grievard here could be worth playing. Probably not good enough, but I don't hate it either because it just does. Like in the game, it can hit pretty hard for a big one-shot. Like, let's see, you could have. You're probably not like one-shotting a stage 2 though. I'm trying to think. Like you're probably not hitting. You're probably not hitting 150 damage with this. You can certainly be hitting 100, which is good, but that's very late in the game, and 70 HP is a bit too low. And then this Houndstone, I don't think is good enough. It's just a bit awkward to set up. Could be worth playing though. And then we get back to the start there. So say it's not getting too much there. Oh, but fighting is getting some solid stuff. This Mankey, I'm pretty sure there's some good Primates. Because Primeape did not have an evolution before this, so this one's not even awful. 70 on 22 itself is pretty solid. And this insane Annihilate 70 for each prize card your opponent's taking for 1 fighting, and then 170 for 2. 52 itself. Dynamite Punch will pretty much one-shot anything. Rage Fist, once your opponent's taking a few prizes, will also definitely one-shot anything. So I think Annihilate is just insane. I think you have to be playing this if you're a fighting type. I think this might be one of the best new cards for GLC. This is stage 2, but it's a very good stage 2. And fighting type's been struggling for a long time, so this is very important. It's not the best card, but solid. Medicham, this is just a mediocre Medicham. I don't hate it, but there are some better ones. Also, this art's kind of funky. I kind of like it. I'm not sure if I love it. Oh. Okay. This is Lucario, Avenging Punch, which will hit 150 for one of your fighting Pokemon, aka any of your Pokemon was knocked out last turn. This is okay. It's not, like, amazing, but, I mean, it is pretty good when you can do it, and then Accelerating Stab at 120, can't use it next turn, is whatever. I think this Pokemon's pretty good. I think it definitely deserves a spot in some fighting decks. But at the same time, there's some other good Lucarios, so I'm not sure. I guess I should say the other good Lucario is the one that accelerates. Also, there's the one if you want to play it with Garchomp, but I don't know about that. This Crocodile can discard and do damage. And also, Earthquake 180, 30 to your bench. So honestly, this Crocodile is not awful. I think I've heard people talk about this one a little. With the idea that it combos with the Earthquake package of the fighting. I don't know if I love this. It's a stage 2. But it has, like, solid stats, I guess. Hawlucha is honestly insane. When you bench it, you choose 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon, put 1 damage counter on each of them. Now you have access to Scoop Up Net as well as other tools. I think this is very worthwhile. Wing attack 70 for 3 isn't awful. 70 HP isn't great, but I think this Hawlucha definitely will see some play. I'm not sure if it synergizes quite well enough with the fighting type, but I think it's a cool card nonetheless. Silicobra. Let's see. Sandaconda. Yes, this one like shuffles Pokemon. They're active back into their deck. That's kind of bad, right? It's just way too much energy. You're never going to pull it off. and it doesn't have a deck to fit into. Stone Journer here, that takes 20 less, 130 HP, and 100 damage for 3. I don't hate this card, but at the same time, it's just not that good. I think it has synergy with some of the fighting cards with being able to tank damage, but it's just not a particularly strong attacker. Cloth, similar to Stone Journer, it hits harder, it confuses itself. It's whatever as well. Koraidon, this one's 4 energy. You need to discard 3 when you attack for 190. This is very strong. I think this has potential to see play, but also once you attack with it, you're not attacking with it again, at least not for a while. So I think Koraidon is like, it is what it is. I don't hate it, don't love it, but it's fine. No credit EX, and that's it. Fighting type, honestly, though, with Annihilate. I want to look at what are the other types getting, because we've, like, Lightning's not getting too much. Water is getting some okay stuff. Water always gets okay stuff. Fire, like, Arm Rouge is very good, and then, like, Grass isn't getting anything amazing either, so I think Fighting, from all the types we've seen so far, is getting the best stuff. Psychic's not great. So then Dark type this is kind of interesting. This Mox says Poison Pokemon don't recover from, there's special condition when they evolve or devolve. I don't hate it, but it's not great. Not good enough. So Viper here, 60, but if they're poisoned, it does 180. That's pretty strong. 120 HP poison for 1 dark as well. This card's okay. As I don't hate it, but just probably not good enough either. But if you want to play Dark Poison, this could see play. I don't remember what other Vipers there are that are like good either. Spiritomb, on a double coin flip, you instant KO. Same thing as Rain Jirachi. 2 dark, and then the first attack is a Gust for 1 dark. This isn't awful, but there are definitely some better Spiritombs. Specifically the one that damaged yourself, I think, with Anguish Cry. It's just insane. So this Spiritomb's not great. Krogonk, whatever. We see this Pawniard, a Bisharp, and there are... Is there a dark Bisharp? There's a dual type of Bisharp, which you can play in dark. But King Gamut here is really interesting. Your basic Pokemon's attacks do 30 more. This could be very solid if you... is Guzzlord? I should, know the ban list. I'm pretty sure Guzzlord's not banned. Guzzlord is very solid with this ability to take extra prizes. I think this King Gamut could see play. I don't know if people will like it, but I think it definitely is a consideration. Then we see this Mass Shift, a few Mass Shifts, and then Boss Stuff. Essentially like a rope type thing, repel type play, where you send your opponents active to their bench, which is okay. And it's every turn. It's not great though. Its attacks on off a 160 for 3, 32 itself. That can hit very hard though. I don't hate this card. This could see play, but I'm not sure if it's good enough. Bombardier. This one's not great. So Dark gets not too much, unfortunately. I think in the next set, that Poison package is getting better, though. And then Fortress, you can't really play this, I don't think. It's not even that good anyways. But what honestly is insane, wow, there are not a lot of metal Pokemon, but there's only one that really is amazing, and it's just Reverum, which is insane. Like, this is the best card we're getting for GLC for this set. Probably. I'm trying to think of anything else, but Reverum's insane. Once on your turn, you discard an energy card from your hand, and then you draw to 3 of 6. This is just so good. It has some natural synergy with other cards, but more importantly, it's a metal-type draw engine. We haven't seen any of these before, I don't think. Nothing that good anyways. I can think of Reverum will 100% see play in every metal deck. This is, definitely the best card. Metal is the most happy type after this new set. I don't think there's too much to say other than it's insane. Also, colorless type here now, the last type, I think. There aren't any dragon type Pokemon. This Blissey is whatever. Happy Cyclone isn't awful. You can recover from special conditions. Don't hate this, but it's probably not good enough. Zangoose, wow, this is the most generic Pokemon I've ever seen in terms of attacks. Solid art, but yeah, this is too generic and too bad. It's another Zangoose, not amazing. The Staraptor is actually really interesting. 180 for 3 discard energy isn't awful. But really interestingly, sorry, I want to check on these. Tailspin away. During your opponent's action, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by basics. That can be very good against certain decks. Is it good enough on the current meta? Probably like not, right? Most decks are evolution decks, but I don't hate this as a consideration to be very good. Squovit, obviously, you know my opinion on Squovit. This Squovit's insane. I think it'll definitely see play. I mean, you can play Squovit by barrel. It's a very strong draw engine. The question is it better than Pidgeotto and Minccino, or do you play like a mixture? I don't know. I definitely like these. I think Squovit's like a very solid consideration. The question is, will it have enough value when each deck spot's so important? I think it does, definitely. The ability to conserve cards as well. I like it a lot. Versus like Minccino, where you're getting rid of cards all the time. I'll still looking at control decks. Will they want Squovit? I'm not sure if they want Squovit, but it does have synergy with Gorm Dice Snorlax as well. So honestly, the more I think about this, like the better I think it is. It's even it's not like as good as in standard. But it might be. It's just very solid. And then this Greedent's not very good. In DD, search for a card that evolves one of your Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon to evolve it. That's some weird text. And then shuffle your deck. Honestly, what they've done in the text is kind of weird. Also, it does sleep in 30 for 2, which is fine. This first text pretty solid. I really like it. Will it see play? I'm not sure. The DDs that you have access to are okay as well right now. Colorless is one of those types that like just shifts so much. But this DD is like, it's good. Is it good enough? I'm not sure, but it's pretty good. We have a Lechonk. Obviously, everyone loves Lechonk, but I don't. Oh, we have this Oinkologne. It's not very good. And then this is hilarious looking tandem mouse. I love tandem. It's just so funny. But this mouse is awful. Does 70 for each mouse hold in play. That's just not very good. Squawkabilly can search for basics. It's called friendly attacks okay. And then also you can do fly 60 for 2 on a coin flip. Either it fails or you're immune to damage. So Squawkabilly is okay, but probably not good enough. Silazar, not this one, isn't that good. This one, 100. You can draw 2 for 1, 100 for 3, free retreat, and just overall solid stats. This other Silazar isn't good enough, but I think this one could see play. Not sure. Flamigo, pretty whatever. Chansey, and yeah, Blister, we looked at those, which I don't think I'll see too much play. But then the trainers, some of these are really important. Arvin, search for a tool and an item. This is now essentially the only way you can search for tools. No, it's not the only way. But Arvin could see play, and I think probably will see play because its ability to search items is nice. Beach Court, reduced to retreat cost of basics. We have Sky Arrow Bridge. Beach Court's okay. Hammer Reprint. Defiance Band is insane. This might be the best card, honestly. It'll probably see the most play because it can be played in any type and probably will be played in most decks. If you're behind the prize, you do 30 more. I mean, this is just insane. So many decks will want this. Defiance Band is amazing. If this goes in on you, you are just in such a painful position. Defiance Band's insane. Electric. Oh boy, why can't I assist? Electric Generator. Look at the top 5. Attached up to 2 basic lightning energy. From there to your bench lightning Pokemon. Anyway, you like shuffle the other cards back into the deck. This is good, right? It's very good, right? Any lightning that's gonna play this, I think. Yeah, it's good. There's the idea that it might not provide enough value, but it's good. Energy Retrieval, the reprint, Energy Search reprint, Energy Switch reprint, EXP Share reprint. Jack, it's worse than, it's just a directly worse card than Arazu, and might be worse than some other ones as well. It's not great. Judge reprint, Katie, shuffle your hand to your deck and draw cards. Your turn ends. This probably isn't good enough. Maybe Control, but probably not. Mesa Goza, really interesting stadium here. When starting each player's turn, that player may flip a coin. If heads, they search for a Pokemon, reveal it, put it in their hand, then they shuffle their deck. Is that good? I mean, yes, it's very good, right? But will it help your opponent just as much as you? I don't know. I think it'll depend. I'm not sure if people want this or not. I think it's a nice card to have. I think if you put it, it's nice. It helps you, but it helps your opponent just as much. Pretty much every deck wants lots of Pokemon, so I don't think Mesago is going to be good enough. But it's certainly something to watch out for. Let me see. Miriam. This card's pretty insane as well. Honestly, this might be the best card in this set. Shuffle up to 5 Pokemon from your disc pile into your deck. If you did a new Pokemon like this, draw 3. This is just insane. You can obviously only run 1 copy of every Pokemon in your deck. Miriam just provides so much value that I don't think there's anything that you can really say to make this card seem bad. It's insane. Nimona is Hop, Nestball reprint, Palpad reprint, Penny. Essentially, okay, it's just put 1 basic Pokemon on all cards attached into your hand. Is this good? It's okay. I don't hate this card, but I would rather see like Acerola. Um, Not AZ, but I think Penny's not quite good enough. I'm not sure though. It's an okay card. Picnic Basket. You'll 30 from each Pokemon. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of good against like spread decks. I don't hate Picnic Basket in this format. Obviously, if it becomes a known factor, your opponent can play around it, but it hurts spread decks a lot. I definitely kind of like this card because spread is pretty common. Psychic spread is very good. I like this card. I don't love it, but it's fine if you just want a bit of extra healing. Pokeball reprint, Pokemon reprint. Is this all reprints? Pokemon Catcher, Potion, Research, Other Research, Candy, Rock Chestplate. Ah, yes. So, no, do any other trainers, Rocky Helmets are reprint? Yes. So the rest are reprints. Oh no, we have one other card. Rock Chestplate. The Fighting Pokemon card this card's attached to takes 30 less. This is like from your opponent's attack. This is just very good, right? This is 100% gonna see play in like every fighting deck. Alongside cards like Hard Charm, Fighting Fury Belt, and stuff like that. I don't actually know if all those cards see play in fighting decks, but this one definitely will. It's just very insane. Obviously, as with tanking fighting, I think that's just a very solid idea. All right, now what's a reprint? Switch to reprint. Team Stargrun, return the energy attached to your opponent's active on top of their deck. You'd probably rather play Team Philargrunt. Probably rather play. I don't remember. There's the one person from Team Skull who like does that same thing. I think from Team Skull. I know it's a Sun and Moon card that like discards one as well. Starts with like a P. I don't know. I should definitely know this. I don't actually know if it starts with a P. But well, Plumeria, yes, Plumeria. Plumeria is better than Team Stargate as well. Maybe. I'm not sure. This guy's not awful, but it's not great. Ultra Ball reprint, Vitality reprint, and lastly, Youngster, which is the reprint of Shauna. So I'd say the best cards have to be Rock Chestplate, which is very good for fighting. Miriam, insane card. A Defiant Band, insane card. And a Reverum is an insane card as well. Honestly, this set's not amazing for GLC, but it's all right. I'm excited. Oh, and then I think the Tatsu Gear is cool as well. But I hope you enjoyed. I'm excited to play GLC. I wonder how it's gonna go. GLC. I've got to make a video talking about like the Horizon. I need to make a video the Horizon Fall of GLC, right? But I hope you enjoyed. As always, I'm excited to see you in the next video. Oh, and also keep in mind, I will be releasing the random deck format. I think I should be coming within a week. I'm not sure. I'm having some programming issues. I'm doing a programming language that I don't know anything about. I'm using JavaScript, and JavaScript is not very good. Sorry to say, but I don't like it. But yeah, that's it for the video. I'm on a rant, but I hope you enjoyed. As always, I'm excited to see you in the next video.